Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teachers Do. Today I have with me Pika Shades.
Hey,
And today we are reaching as of now, the penultimate of our crisis coverage. Properly a crisis this time with Dark Knight's Death Metal. And look, going into this, I'll say this. This had a lot much better going for it than Metal did. Proper build-up, for one.
yeah,
You had, yeah.
kind of build up because it was most of the No Justice and Scott Snyder's Justice League run. It was nothing but just trying to
And
reach.
the Infected.
Yeah.
The Infected as well. Don't forget that.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was was the Dark Knight infecting people, which then led into Year of the Villain Arisen, which was very important actually, because that's where you had Apex Lex getting overthrown by the Batman Who Laughs.
I remember that as well. Not to mention the whole Batman Who Laughs series that they did.
Oh, yeah, the miniseries.
I'm still bitter about those false advertising covers that were trying to make it so that Batman Who Laughs is also confronting like Catwoman and Harley, but mostly Catwoman because that was right after the wedding incident. So imagine him confronting Selina after she decided not to show up at the altar.
Oh yeah, he would have had a ball with that.
I'm still bitter about that.
But to be fair, we don't know whether Scott or Tom King's do interference.
Oh, but not to mention, it could also probably be a whole thing about looking at it from Batman Who Laughs perspective. Like, would you imagine that that before his transformation, his life as a regular Batman, he probably would have gotten to the point where he had managed to ask his Catwoman if she would marry him. And before the whole wedding could happen, the Joker decided to realize he was dying and then killed everyone, Catwoman included, and he would have also the Batman Who Laughs could have always lived in his Bruce Wayne mind, dormantly thinking about that what could have been, and then realizing that something that it was never going to happen, like the wasted potential, man.
Oh, I agree. There was so much wasted potential, so much, but we should mention how leading up to this during Scott Snyder's Justice League, a lot was revealed. The Forger of Worlds had come back. We found out that the Perpetua, their mother, was a member of the Hands, which are basically the Source.
Yeah,
the embodiments
that were on the.
Yeah, like what we see at the dawn of time.
Yeah.
Now, they never said that was her hand, if I recall. They never said that was her hand.
Yeah, it was always literally anyone's hand.
Well, it's pretty much whoever is above the hands. That was their hand. That was pretty much God.
But that actually make a great interesting retcon thing, because at the end of issue what was it? Yeah, issue 10.
Mm-hmm.
There was this point where Anti-Monitor was trying to make it so that it would be his hand that would be.
I remember that. I remember
that. I have the looking at here.
But I remember that we went over that when we went over the crisis. It should be my hand that Chrono will observe. But and basically they've also revealed that there was a first crisis, which was basically Perpetua's attempt at reworking the multiverse for herself. That basically she decided they don't pay attention to the Earth we work on. And normally she's supposed to give up her energy to let this infinite cycle go on. But she decided, screw it. I'm going to make this universe how I want it to be. But then her children, the Monitor, the Anti-Monitor, and the World Forger, turned against her, sealed her behind the Source, and eventually the other hand showed up and sealed her behind the Source Wall.
Oh.
That she was behind the Source Wall this whole time. Then the events of both Metal and No Justice fractured the Source Wall. And then eventually it was all obliterated. The entire Source Wall was obliterated.
Have they even tried to build it up again?
I think it exists in a more symbolic sense. The keep seeing people captured. But since death metal, they've made it clear there's been no need for barriers.
Yeah.
But anyway, and thus Perpetua then decided to have Lex. And this is where we had the idea of what was it? Chaos or no, what was it?
Doom.
Doom against Justice. And eventually it won out. Doom won. For whatever reason, the strongest emotional feeling of the DC universe, at least by that point, was Doom. And thus it eventually led to the League being banished by that point, and or did they escape? I forget.
Something what happened, and then they returned.
Yep,
often I'll only be told how they came back.
Which happens in here.
Yeah, and what it also does is it diverts Doomsday Clock to not happen at all.
I think it did still to a point.
Somewhere else, but not here.
Yeah. And because Doomsday Clock is still important to this. Which I give Snyder props for that. He didn't try to pave over Doomsday Clock. But yeah, and like I said, Apex Lex had been overtaken by the Batman Who Laughs, who now works with Perpetua. And basically, he suggested that Perpetua use the Dark Multiverse to help her. That was pretty much right there for her the whole time. And thus, we start up here. And I would say, despite all that buildup, isn't it funny how a lot of it ended up being moot?
Yeah, it was moot. Like
once you had the Arisen, it basically then Apex Lex was taken off the board and everything. It was just all about the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, that was the point where actually I started to see that the character was being overused and overhyped. Like
I can agree to that.
Yeah.
That doesn't take away my enjoyment of him, but I agree. He was overdone, overhyped, and they decided to make him, because Perpetua was a great villain, if you ask me.
Yeah. Because if you have too much of a good thing, that it stops being a good thing.
Now, we should also point out by this point, and throughout they're working on this was originally meant to be Snyder's, swan song. I mean, it still kind of was. But then the deal left, and thus allowed him to rework the ending and everything.
Oh.
Well, I think that was for the best, if you ask me. Because basically, originally, it would have led directly into Generation 5 or G5.
Yeah.
Which we dodged the bullet there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
one bullet and they took another.
Yep, so let's get started. Oh, yep, COVID was started by this point. Right. Well, look at this. I told him you'd show. And Sergeant, the hit you took. You're seeing things. Let's move. We're losing ground. Keep your trunks on, Flyboy. We got to be straight with them. Let them know what they're getting into. Truth is, it's rough out there. All right, more than rough. It's a grade A turd burger none of us saw. It's like you're at the drive-thru and out comes your juicy half-pounder on one of them nice fries and French buns, curly fries too, and you take a bite and wham, turd. And your fries, kablam, curly turds. And the guy inside, he's smiling, saying no refunds. So here we are. No warning, no reason in a new world of turds. Now, maybe I am seeing things out there, but what I see are soldiers. So you listen to Uncle Rock. Put your car in park, take that hot steaming turd burger, and shove it down that guy's throat. Why? To show him all. We're still here. We're fighting back, and we're going to have some burping fun doing it. Hoorah! And the chainsaw, which will eventually be the invisible chainsaw. Hell, formerly
Cold opening.
Yep, the DCU. Yes, the real DCU. Wonder Woman. Diana, I bring news. Well, bad or worse? He's coming, and he's bringing a prisoner. I didn't know there were villains left in the world above and world above to imprison here, Swamp Thing. Oh, I can think a few hundred up there at least. Pointy ears, bats on their chest. You're in a mood, Alec. Who is he bringing? I'm not sure, but it's someone important. He has muscles with him. I sense 3 bats. 3? What prisoner needs that kind of protection? I don't know, but they're here to see you. All right, then. Let's be seen. So the fact that she was going to combine this chainsaw with her invisible jet. And come on, let us out. And you can't keep us in here forever. Don't let them get under your skin, Diana. You are saving them and many more than them by playing this part. Think of your sisters. I think about them every day, and my friends, and all the good people who sided with us, now bound to this antennae. They're all, I think of it, and I think of to get me through this nightmare. But until we have some way of saving them, free us, tyrant. And Wonder Woman, I think you're doing a bang-up job, ma'am. Joker, where did you get these? You know that symbol is forbidden to any save his dark knights. If they catch you, they'll make us throw you in the pit. Go ahead. The world up there is ruled by Batman. So to me, down here, it really is Paradise Island. And Diana, you took your time. I was busy disposing of my old jet on your master's orders, and I wouldn't want to insult you by not dressing in full regalia. The invisible jet. Good. Soon these miscreants won't even see the chains that bind them. Well done. You serve our master well. Oh, we're almost out of cells. I don't know where do you expect me to put this new one. Oh, this one isn't going in a cell. Open the pits. The pits? Who the hell are you asking me to lock up? It doesn't matter. Oh, it matters, all right. Do as you're told, or it'll be your sister screaming in the pits. Speak of my sisters again, Reptile. Reptile, I'm Batman, same as the others of my world. And Bruce uploaded his consciousness into the robot dinosaur in the last moments before the cave collapsed on him, and so on. I've heard it all before. Doesn't make you Batman. Yes, it does. Can you throw batarangs with those tiny arms? They're proportional, and I'm working on it. All right. Can you drive a Batmobile? What I can do is eat you whole. Calm, everyone. We will open the pits. Again, so many of these things end up just we'll find out next issue.
Yo.
But our Lord has called his Justice League to his side, along with their handlers. We meet by Castlebat. You will join them as he wishes. The Tartarus pits are open. Excellent. Batman, take him down. Diana, remember, it can't be your... Come now, Diana. You don't want to leave our master waiting, do we? All right. When I was a boy, okay, I'm not going to read through all these.
Yeah, that's Batman whole ass reading.
Yep.
Red.
Oh, yep. The Robins, the Joker dragons. So yeah, he's just going through this whole summary, basically, of what's been going on. And we see stuff like Dr. Arkham and so many of these other versions. Superman has almost succumbed to anti-life.
This whole thing is pretty much like it is an example of showing, not telling, not showing.
Exactly. All right, Earth 22, they fought pointlessly. Out of 52, only 8 remain. Once they are gone, and our queen and I will remake this universe as we please. And you, for your services, will be each given a planet where you'd watch those and you would protect. Diana, can you hear me? Diana, can you hear me? Batman, how? When John set up the psychic link, I built my own version of the signal, just in case. So a backbone to our brains. One we can't hang up, of course. Just please tell me you're far from here, across the universe. But listen, you just melted down the jet. It's magic. I could never detect it, coming or going. If we create armor out of the molten metal, we can infiltrate Castle Bat. use his tech to create a world to hide on with whatever good is left. But a single planet as a multiverse falls, we have to get all the worlds back to it. I barely remember how we lost. You were the last to fall, though. What happened? I remember only glimpses. What glimpses happened? And what happened? Lost in thought. What? I've seen many worlds, Diana. On some, we are allies. On others, enemies. On a few, lovers, parents. I know you even better than your Bruce did. I'll ask once. What secrets are you keeping? You know nothing about me, monster. All right, maybe the issue is you have too many other friends to tell your secrets to. What if I have my nights in the jungle lands burn the last of the Parliament of Trees? Diana, don't listen to children and caw. Bruce, is that you? Let me guess. You're wearing that cloak of erasure given to us by Zatanna that time we saved her father from Neron. Come on, I know you. You know me. You don't know Batman. Bruce, no. Nice coat. You look like someone here to kill me and dance on my grave. Lucky for me, you don't kill. I don't dance either, but I make an exception in your case. Ha 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 ha! Ah, Bruce, you're one of a kind. Kill him. Oh boy. You have to, Bruce, you have to run, damn it. And enough. Yeah. Oh boy. And he uses the Black Lantern ring to brace them, which, if I remember, we find out that technically this Batman is dead.
Yeah, that is also Sabaton released Attack of the Dead Men around this time.
Yeah, but at the same time,
you could say have a, and that's when the dead men are walking again.
Yep.
Could have been a good addition to their soundtrack.
Exactly. We have Jonah Hex there. And finally a party where I'm the flippin' pretty one. That's Jonah.
Yeah.
And now that's one other thing. I remember our problems we had were metal, where it felt like all was in the story. Snyder was too busy retconning things to accommodate his story. Here, most of the retconning already happened. Most of it. Yep. We have Lobo here digging up something at the moment. But yeah, Planet of Living Bone. That's creepy. And so yeah, we see Diana seems to be melting down the metal and everything. But now she goes and meets up with the stranger, which was Wally. After playing off of the stuff of Flash Forward, where he took over as Metron and had the power of Dr. Manhattan. I remember us all fighting Perpetua and the Batman who laughs. I remember harnessing some blue energy like the one emanating from you now, and Perpetua using an opposing power. This is where we get the idea of crisis energy and anti-crisis energy. And then I remember nothing until evil Batman were swarming the earth. Tell me what happened. I will. But first, just know that if I could erase everything I've done, I would. I'm so tired, Diana. Just want to be me again. So basically, this is almost saying a big screw you to everything the DO had put Wally through.
Yeah.
Even Flash Forward was a faint praise, let's be honest.
Acknowledging what had happened and trying to help from it, but
yeah. So yeah, we get a summary of it all. How basically there are 3 worlds out there reliving 3 of the crisis: Crisis on Infinite Earth, Infinite Crisis, and Final Crisis. All that time building up crisis energy on those particular worlds. Where they're basically the worlds where
Parallax and the original Dark Knights.
Yep. And now this is then where we get something annoying. Well, it's more annoying given what we would then see in Dark Crisis. it's saying how Perpetua was the one behind everything, and it feels like so many events keep doing where they're the ones who are pulling the strings.
Yeah, it's damn annoying.
Now, to be fair, all Dark Crisis revealed was the darkness that influenced things, and you could look at it as the darkness influencing Perpetua, then set all these other things in motion. But basically, yeah, she explains about how, crisis energy, anti-life, chaos magic, the forces of doom, all powers that disrupt, that takes instead of gives, power based on selfishness, greed, and predation. Crisis energy looks to shatter connections and make only one moment important. There's only us and there's only me. So yeah, basically he has crisis energy within him. And but yeah, how she's been, manipulating all this stuff to lead into her release.
Yeah.
How the sorcerer was broken, freeing her, and then all the stuff was Lex. How Manhattan, this is what they tie in, how Manhattan tried to mend the fracture in their multiverse, to heal it, which I'm not sure how that fits.
How does anything fit anymore?
Well,
this could have been like could have used some rewrites after the.
Well, to be fair, my guess is you could look at it as Manhattan would have fixed it if he didn't sacrifice himself. Like he was starting to fix it by the time the events, just on the side, as the present day events of Doomsday Clock had happened.
So basically, you could say that after this was over, it reached a point where Dr. Manhattan managed to fix everything with the events of the last issue of Doomsday Clock.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
So he tried to mend it, but unfortunately, though, his attempt did not have the intended effect. And if we find in the Quintessence tried to give her anti-crisis energy, but then she wavered, she faltered. Why? Yeah. Well, we'll get into that when we find out about exactly what the two energies represent. But then we have, he promised Perpetua if she chose him over Lucer, he would provide her a conduit to the Dark Multiverse, where the greatest crises are forever happening, as long as we remember that. That's why they kept us alive, for the buildup of that energy. I mean, we create the first anti-crisis. I love that, If you were really smart, you call the two energies anti-crisis and direct crisis. Get it? AC/DC?
Huh.
And go on. Please pretend I'm not here. Stay back, Demon. So yeah, we have unfortunately Swamp Thing down. He's taunting her and everything, and then finally she revs up the chainsaw and which I applauded that at first.
I suppose a lot of people applauded that, especially the people who had gotten
tired of him.
Yeah, tired of him. They were happy to see him gone.
Oh, I love this. The chainsaw of truth. But then once that happens, they've realized there's a backup plan. So they need the final Bruce Wayne. And then we find out that Sergeant Rock, turns out he's only half a man. He was one of the resurrected dead.
No.
I'll be honest.
Third of a man.
Yep. This was a better first issue than Metal's first issue.
Yeah, I guess you would say that.
Because, I mean, it's pretty much like I said, it's falling action. Whereas Metal was too much of building up just for the whole event of the story to make sense.
Yo.
We see the Atom, getting run over by the Batmobile. Where have you taken me? Hey, you. Fine, you may have severed Ivy brain stem, but I am Batmobile. In a world of genius magnet machines, I rose to dominance. You cannot beat me. Heck, if you're smart, why do they call elbows funny bones? What does that? Fine. The answer is a joke. An elbow's called a funny bone because it's inhumorous. Try harder next. Jam! All right, Alec, I've been around the multiverse, and it's imperative I warn you. That was a dad joke. Impossible. The green does not. Enough!
The expositionary dialogue is just... Because this evil Batman got one of the backstory told.
And then he's just taken out like that.
Yeah. If they go all out like that easily, then how are they even a threat?
Exactly. What was the point of the build-up? Just so they have tie-ins. But yeah, we go to the Valhalla Cemetery, the Crypt of Heroes. As basically she was like, I was worried that when Perpetua rearranged the world for the Batman Who Laughs, landmarks like this were lost. But it seems everything's still intact, just twisted around. A world made monster. Look out! Stand down, beast. Ooh. All right, what is the password? The last one told me was Munkle. And we see the JSA. Obviously wizard by after everything that's happened. And yeah, just see.
After Manhattan fixed it.
All right. Alan, you don't know how good it is to see you again. And you as well, Diana. Tell me, the world above, can we win it back? That's why we're here, old friend. And tell me you still remember me, Jay. I'll never forget you again, kid. Bring it in. I love that. That one panel was a great panel.
Yeah. Kind of weird seeing Ted Grant that skinny.
Yeah, well, see, and Alan. But yeah, he's been conscripting an army of the undead, of course. Heck, and Bruce, Hex, Uncle Sam, Hex, answer me. This isn't the way, Bruce. You shouldn't have killed him. Whatever you set in motion, I told you we needed to fight small, and that wasn't something I could live with. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, too, because moments from now, the Batman Who Laughs will evolve into some new nightmare, and all your grand plans, just forget it. What?
Nothing. I'll say it out loud when we get to it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're gonna say. Yep. But yeah, so yeah, they're trying to get everything. Still work on getting what people to pick and everything. One planet hidden in the dark. We save who we can. That's all. And less proves. Look, this is our chance. This moment. So basically, she's being a little short-sighted. Because I think she's forgetting Batman Who Laughs is still a Batman.
Yes, more Batman than Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, so I think, will you listen to yourself, Dana? We're supposed to create some new infinite multiverse. Just leave so I could get back to work. And yeah, this is where we find out a bit more about it. When Barbados attacked, I was the one who said we should go after the 10th metal, the very building block of reality. I was the one who said we should go to the Forge of Worlds. I was in the center of the conflict, and I thought by reaching higher together, we'd not only win, but make the universe better. Instead, we broke the source wall and set her free, the oldest villain this universe has known. And with Lucy's help, she became 100 times more powerful than any Barbados. When we reached higher again and tried to use the energy from this Dr. Manhattan to combat her, we fell. Now there's barely any Earths left. Those who oppose her end up on her antennae, and those who oppose her join her army of monsters. And you're talking about something even crazier. Earlier on, I once asked you why bats. You gave me some answer about cowardly lots and so on. But afterwards, Alfred, he told me because bats are the only mammal that flies. Batman is about teaching people to aspire past what seems possible. Well, I need to stay here on the ground this time. So yeah, Wally stays here. We rescue our friends from New Apocalypse, travel into the Dark Multiverse to the original crises, steal the energy being funneled to Perpetua, and use it to power up Wally so he could destroy her and help us restart the universe. Well, that's either a plan or you're having a stroke. And then there's Barry. Hey, Wally, Barry, my God, it's good to see you. Aw.
Oh,
triple flash hug. How much of it is left of the Speed Force? Not much. I've nearly burnt out what's left of it trying to get back in time to fix this. But there's no way out of the present. We're not looking to time travel. We're looking to get into new apocalypse to free our friends. And then win. Well, maybe this was worth stopping after all. Bite the hand. Okay. We'll find out one of the tie-ins that this was a Bruce who, after the event of the button, decided to recreate the events and what recreate Dr. Manhattan, and thus becoming his own Manhattan. And then the Batman who laughs right when he appeared, made him brain dead. And thus now he's putting himself into the body of a person with Manhattan, of a Bruce with Manhattan powers.
What an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, let's be honest.
Yes, but it's so far-reaching, the whole, as in with every kind, in every sense of it.
Given though the importance they've been building on Manhattan, though, it makes sense for the Batman who laughs to then utilize this. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But all these Batmen here, well, they're gone.
What a waste of potential.
Yep. And then, my queen, you call me. There you are, my knight. I sense a disturbance. On the contrary, all is well here and out there. I have conquered another Earth. 6 remain. Listen well, my knight. I know you are a trickster, but the beings like me, my kind, if they sense what's happening here, they will come for this reality again, as they did when I first created it. Only I can conceal us from them. I trust you and you simply because you know that if you usurp me, the hands will come for us both. Okay, that I also liked. It's almost giving her this whole, like, you can't touch me. Because it made sense, though.
You know, yeah.
Earth 30, the Red Sun Earth, they're gone. And my judgment, while harsh, is nothing compared to the wrecking they would bring. Of course, the only one that he keeps is Robin King, who I hated.
Everyone should hate it because, yeah, the most evil Robin, and it's another version of Bruce Wayne. Of
course it is.
What was even the point?
But yeah,
it could have been a maybe not Dick Ray. It could have been Jason. Like if he had.
Yeah, it had to be another Bruce.
It could have been Damian who was.
But no, it had to be another Bruce.
Elevate the whole thing, and it's just.
I mean, to be fair, there had been pre-crisis stories where Bruce was the first Robin.
Yes, but the fact that those have gone ignored should speak volumes about.
Except for Generations, of course. But yeah, so basically, but the Dark Knight, but much like Batman Who Laughs, much like Diana wants to rebuild the multiverse from scratch. But of course, he wants to make it a 52 planets of nightmare. And that's now he's the Darkest Knight. Ooh, how edgy.
Huge mistake.
Yep. So yeah,
I have said it already before. I'm going to say it again.
Now, as much as we're criticizing this, I want to make it clear, I personally do not hate this event.
Yeah, event but
can we acknowledge that? Can we acknowledge that? It's like there's a lot to criticize here. But it's not a bad event. I still put this above Metal, actually, to be honest.
Okay, because we'll be there to be.
Because Metal was a mess.
In a plan of storytelling, and not to mention how Metal ended up running out of pages and needed to consent the third act.
Yeah.
Good.
Whereas this one had more than enough breathing room.
Batman Who Laughs should have stayed as a in his original form.
Yeah, I don't get why Scott Snyder seemed to just be so obsessed with this character. But yeah, as they're heading through, I love them with the hyena. It was one of Harley's hyenas.
Oh.
Now, you shall not pass. Uh-oh. The original Dark Knights.
But not really.
Yeah, but not really. Dark Knight, stand down. Yes, sir. So yeah. Oh yeah, they brought about the super robot that was at the beginning. And so it's a Trinity, a super Wonder Bat robot.
I remember the criticism that this brought out of context.
Why?
When people were sharing this image out of context, they had a gold mine of things to complain about. Because
it's a robot.
Yeah, I know, but out of context, when the usual suspects want to create drama with this image, they know exactly how to use it.
Thankfully, it didn't last, at least. Because I didn't even see that. Oh, when we lost Denny.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we get to issue 3, where we which already the robot's down.
Yeah, one-time use.
Well, to be fair, got them where they needed to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we see a Brainiac and a Red Lantern and a Silver Surfer. That felt weird. A Bat Surfer.
Yeah, surprising how they didn't get a cease and desist from Marvel.
Well, to be fair, because it's a spoof. You gotta remember that spoofs you can get away with, especially when you're not flat out. Like it's a visual spoof; those are usually the easier ones to get away with.
Yeah, but there's also the question of what pre-existing a half of amalgamation did inspired it.
Right, but yeah. So Jonah sacrificed himself, which I'm all right with, and so wait, those were the Robin parademons. Yeah, the Robin parademons.
Yeah, that's what they're
called. They even called that. This was ruled by Darkseid before the Batman left. Did his whole Reno? I get it, Harley. Para-Robins. And then we see Batman and Superman is being forced. We have a Darkseid Batman who really
they should have used. One thing that we should actually acknowledge Metal did probably well, that it had a limited cast of evil Batmen, and those were explained with a proper showed backstories.
But that also
these are just told, and you can told, but not told enough, and it's pretty.
To be fair, though,
you just this is stupid.
To be fair,
you're not even explaining how this works, and if you don't explain how it works, it comes across as stupid.
I agree, but sorry, why did I say Tava? Pika. You got to remember this, though. If you take away those tie-in issues, the way those Batmen were handled is no different than the Batmen here were handled. Did you ever think about that? Take away the tie-in issues.
At least the tie-in issues helped.
Yeah, but take away them. They were handled no differently than the Batman here, except for Batman Who Laughed. Think about it. None of them were handled with any importance. Okay. They were just there. You take away those tie-in issues, it has been no different. And remember that Scott didn't write any of those tie-in issues. So this is typical Scott.
Yeah, true. Tynion wrote most of them.
Now, granted, the only one he had any input on was obviously Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, he didn't have much to do with the others. So we got to think about that. This is how Scott is just being no different than how he was with Metal. Just throw away Batman.
Well, the tie-ins helped.
Yes.
They helped.
But yeah, so they're Dark Father is what he's known as. Now, one thing I found here. We humans, we fear death. We fear our own insignificance. It's why, in the end, unattended, we are destined to destroy ourselves. That's why nearly all dark Batmen are destroyers. At its core, Batman fears human nature. Okay, that gives some explanation to why we have so many evil Batmen by comparison, because It's human. It's the dark side being human.
Yeah, and fears. Yeah.
So again, so that one line gives some explanation to why we get more evil Batman in all this.
Yeah. And those few evil versions of the other heroes are pretty much brushed aside.
Yeah.
They're not few and far between.
Yep. Batman, free Superman, Darkfather is mine. Bruce, listen to me. Savior, shut up. I have an idea. Not so fast. Uh-oh. Oh, and the deja vu. Remember this, Batman? It's my own better version of the gun Darkseid himself used to send you back in time during the last crisis. But wait, what? That's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
But I've tuned it to your life force so it won't just send you back. It'll erase you from history altogether. Bruce, look out, Jerome!
I think TV tropes mentioned this as a continuity.
Yeah, whoops.
That was supposedly fixed in the trade.
Let me check that, because I want to see what they said.
Okay. Probably. I'm not sure if I remember it right. It was either this or something else.
Oh, Snyder said it would be fixed, but I don't have a copy of the trade, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's a collection on Read All. Hold on. But yeah, so that was just a flub up that they didn't catch, which that happens. Is there a collection? No, there is not. Darn it.
Just.
Oh, well. But I'm pretty sure they did fix it. I'm positive.
Yeah.
But obviously, this is where we find out that Batman is dead.
Yeah.
How did anti-life not affect you? It affected me. I mean it tickled. I don't understand Batman's Black Lantern ring. It controls dead matter, so he just stopped the dead cells from changing. Hey, Batman, you think he's ready to retire? Up, up, and away! Oh, geez. So, but yeah, the fact that the reveal that Bruce is dead and because of the Black Lantern ring was an interesting twist.
Kinda.
Yeah, but we also find out there's something else going on with
there's
Superman.
The whole thing that we haven't gone through Blackest Night, but we still should know. The wearers don't wear the rings. The rings wear the wearer.
Right.
So that wouldn't be Batman. That would be the rings.
We're still going through his memories, but I think, given how Necron's not here at all, I think that could be why Bruce is dominating over it, because there's no connection to Necron.
Convenient.
Well, it makes sense though. Because we never seen a Black Lantern.
It does make sense in the convenient way. It does.
Right. Oh, Lobo in the fifth dimension. The Robin King going after all of them. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But then I love it. And the Flashes run like they always do. Like, if he catches you and absorbs what's left of the... so Wally has the anti-crisis energy within him still. Which is what they were going to use originally. But yeah, the Speed Force is already weak. We could burn it out if we keep this up. So yeah, he's chasing them into the race. And they find a bunch of the other heroes that were still hidden away.
Where were they hidden?
Somewhere. I don't think it really matters. But yeah, so yeah, we find out about all this energy being transmitted through all the villains as well. And Jarro. I'll be honest, Jarro was definitely one of the cutest things Scott Snyder came up with.
It gave a lot of Screen Rant and other article websites to something to.
What did you think about Jaro? It was an interesting take on Starro, I think.
Yeah, more or less.
And having him be like a just cute little kid.
Mm.
Oh, I love this. See Justice League for why Batman's hugging a starfish. Or better yet, just make up your own reason.
Oh.
That's cute. But yeah, again, all about this restarting the multiverse and everything. And then we find out what Lobo was getting. Or at least we start to see it. It's something in a box. And we find out Lex is now, all those boxes are the death metal. And with them, he's going to change the story of this universe once and for all. Yeah, obviously he wants revenge on Perpetua. Now this, we're going to breeze through these tie-ins. So there's only going to be one we really need to focus on.
Oh.
But this is where we get the backstory about about this Bruce. We get the backstory of the Robin King. Again, stupid. I would say it was fitting that was Riley Rossmo who did the artwork for the Batman Who Laughs tie-in.
Yeah, not to mention he put way more care to it than how much care he put into the Tim Drake Robin series.
B-Rex. Now, Reggie is supposed to be Warren Ellis, but then he had his issues. I would say for a rush job...
This was told from Scarecrow's point of view, not from Batman's point of view. This doesn't explain how the whole B-Rex became up.
But I would say that so for a rush job, this wasn't bad.
Yeah, but it was a rush job.
Well, yeah. Then we got the Batman City, him actually merging with the city.
I had an idea. I never managed to write the sequel to that Pokemon Batman crossover idea, but I had an idea. I still have ideas that I have not written down. I should probably do something of a talk video about it after they are. I have done the commentaries on them about what I would have done.
I gotta say, DWJ doing the Road Warrior was a good one. Oh, this was a good joke.
Yeah,
taking Batbaby and revealing the problem with it.
Yeah.
This was Cars and it's basically taking the piss out of all these dark Batman.
Yeah, basically, this is stupid. Look, this is me showing you how this is stupid.
And but then we eventually get one of the other tie-ins where this Batbaby is then shown to be no different then. Or Ennis didn't write that one.
Warren Ellis didn't write that.
Yeah, no, Ennis. Yeah.
Ennis.
Yeah. And then we get now, yeah, this is just all of them working, a bunch of the writers working on this, but we don't need to go over this one. Again, it's not really important.
Yeah, it's just rushingly trying to show how everything happened.
Exactly. Instead of telling it. And we get to see some of those other Batmen. And then we get some other notes. And then we get some more of the these other stories, like with Harley and with Aquaman. Oh, geez, yeah. They just a little bit earlier, they set up this Cthulhu Batman and then gone. Well, at least that was all done within the one issue, at least. We see Ivy, Priest working on this one with how Batman met up with Jonah.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is the one that's actually important.
Yeah, because it's basically you could say that this is a lost issue.
It's 3.5.
Yeah.
This is where we find about, this is them making their way to the other crisis. And we find out about these three worlds where they each of them won. And basically, yeah, this is where we find, this is what happened right afterwards. So this is them deciding they have to go there. They have to stop it. They have to find whoever's there and force them to give up their energies. So yeah, they're ready to go out there, and we get to we also see the headquarters of the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, what was
Mindhunter?
Kryptonite probably survived from the main series because it wasn't nth metal knife that he was stabbed with.
Right. And then, Mongol Batman, Warbat.
What was that other? There's Mindhunter is the Martian Manhunter. What was the fourth one?
No, Mindhunter I think is either a Martian Manhunter or a Manhunter.
Yeah, the one that does the man.
But yeah, so they're connecting through the green to the worlds. And Jonah is continually decaying, so he did survive barely. Black Monday, Call. Who is Call supposed to be, I wonder?
I think it was supposed to be one of the I don't know if it's said here, but it's I recall that it's supposed to be Batman's and Wonder Woman's daughter, supposedly. If maybe not.
Maybe not.
I remember it could be the expository dialogue, like this with Pearl being
his mother. Wayne. That was a good twist.
Yeah, but it's just a woo and moving on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they have so many toys in here that they barely want to play with. Oh, there's Barbados. He's taunting them and everything, and then Superman punches him out. What? He could have yelled for help, and it felt good. Oh boy, Robin King again. So okay, now they're heading on over there. We're having. I gotta say, I like the stuff with Harley and Jonah. Expendable or not, everything matters. So they get out there. They're making their way. Now, Batman goes to Crisis on Infinite Earths, where we see what the Antimatter would have done. And it's just a void.
White antimatter.
Which I do like this. This I like. Seeing what would have happened if they won. On the contrary, Kal-El, this is exactly as it should be. But then I love with Superboy Prime. I love how the story is partially a redemption of Prime. And how we see he actually made it a good world.
Yeah. Good world.
And again, I gotta say, Prime was really the one thing that kept me going throughout all this.
Yeah, but basically because at least when someone else than Jeff Johns managed to get to write him, he kind of to.
Now Jeff still wrote him eventually, but still.
Yeah, mellow down from all the anger issues he had, and really just.
Here's what I noticed.
I went apathetic about. Yeah, I don't care to be angry anymore.
Here's what I noticed. Jeff Johns created him as a straw man for annoying fanboys. But then Scott Snyder looked at it more like, what if some of these fanboys were right?
Yeah.
Rather than mocking them, we should be acknowledging them, not the extremists. But this is what I felt. I felt this was a lot of Dark Knight Death Metal was Scott Snyder saying, a lot of the whiny fanboys may have had a point. Now, Death Metal, this was an epilogue for Williamson's run, and this was one of the best tie-ins. Because he actually got the right Wally, and it gets a good send-off and everything. Right down to revealing that Eobard, this is where Wally finds out how Eobard, Reverse Flash had convinced him to do the cover-up in Heroes in Crisis.
Yeah. And before it was the Jeremy Adams run, or what was it at the very beginning of Adams run? Where it was
the very beginning where it revealed that he wasn't responsible for the energy release. That was
Savitar was.
Yep. And then at the very end of this run, he undid the death by utilizing the very thing they had in Heroes in Crisis, which was the cloning. It's like they cloned a fake Wally. Why couldn't they clone the others?
Yeah. What was stopping them?
Yeah, but this was just a great Flash moment and everything.
Well, technically, because they were already found dead, and they would need to go back in time even further to before they were killed.
True. Oh, and then this multiverse end was also a pretty good story that Snyder didn't work on, but Tinian did. And this is where we find out about certain worlds that would always come back. And I like this. The whole idea of a good idea is a good idea.
Yeah. Vampire 1, the 1, and...
Yep. Earth 50.
Justice Lords.
Yep.
Bizarros.
Yep. But like I said, though, I like how this story basically calls out like what's a good idea and what's a bad, why some ideas stick and others don't. And this is also we get the summary of the Perpetua stuff and everything. Yeah, we get the summary of her history for those who didn't pay attention to Justice League.
Yeah.
And that's we reveal that Perpetua whispered in the anti-monitor about everything. Again, makes sense. Oh boy, we find out that Carrot lost a lot of his friends.
Oh,
yeah, they'll be back.
Yeah.
They'll be back.
Yeah, they'll be.
We got Kingdom Come, Iris Flash. We've got Tangent, Green Lantern. We even have Just Imagine Wonder Woman.
Give up.
Oh, there's Bat Baby.
Yeah.
With the Rainbow Batman core.
It's
But yeah, now this.
By the way, yeah. This thing about Owlman was also something of a.
This was my favorite part of this whole event, was the Owlman moment.
Yeah.
And in my mind, this is the James Wood Owlman.
Could be, OJ. It's you could read Owlman speak and just imagine James Wood's voice coming out.
Yeah, because he was perfect for that role. He was beyond perfect for that.
Yeah. I kind of had a kind of idea going on because.
Oh, but this is where we find out about history changing, how crisis is always difficult to remember and everything. And that's actually an important part. We didn't find out about, Parallax. She was responsible for that, for Infinite Crisis.
Alexander, Darkseid, and Barbatos, yeah. Okay.
Oh, jeez. More people just trashing my rant video.
Huh?
Did you see my rant video, by the way?
I listened to it.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. More and more people want to now call Alan Wake Alan Woke. It's like, did you guys even play the game?
Obviously, they didn't. I'm
positive.
I'm planning to do a New Game Plus review playthrough on it at some point. Sometime maybe after I get Final Fantasy VII Rebirth done.
All right. I just said, but yeah, did you even play the games? Any of the Remedy games? Because if you did, you wouldn't be seeing this as woke.
Yeah.
That's the thing I've noticed. Most of the people didn't play the games. Okay, but anyway, but yeah, we find about her whispers and everything. And then she was banking on them, the whole Barbados thing, to be given, basically force them to release her. But then we also explained about you were killed along with everyone else. But every time the universe breaks, it heals its wounds. You're telling me I'm not the original Owlman, which makes me think about it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I had a kind of thing about imagining about because I used Owlman in the Pokemon crossover also, and I went full on with Grant Morrison making him Thomas Wayne Jr. and using him as the older brother aspect that no one has used at all. Him being Bruce Batman's older brother.
Yep, and then we get about we see about the deaths of the three Owlmen.
Yeah,
and then he's back, and then I just understood something. The bit of reassurance I needed in order to act. What the hell are you talking about? Don't you see, John? I have existed in every iteration of our multiverse. If it survives, that means I survive. And I love it how he then goes after.
By the way, now here.
Yeah.
When Owlman is now turns on everyone.
Yep.
Go back a few pages.
All right.
Here, is he's killing his own crime scene.
Because he knows it's going to reset.
Yeah, but they are not going to be the exact same versions. They are going to be.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, but they are going to be different versions. And this Ultraman is the one who took John and kept him tortured. This Ultraman died, and the Ultraman in Tom Taylor's Injustice John series was a completely different version.
I don't think Tom Taylor saw it that way.
Idiot.
Well, to be fair, it worked for his story.
Yeah.
And also,
he probably moved the characters instead of the characters being there to move the story.
But you could also acknowledge he probably remembers all of his incarnations. Given what happens at the end of all this. That is a possibility. But anyway, I didn't love this. You have Bat Baby taunting him. Why are you smiling at me? Oh no. Blows up the towers. No, I'm a Batman who can't lose. But then I'm going to live forever. As long as there's a Batman in the multiverse, there will be an Owlman. His true dark reflection. I'm too good an idea. But you evil Bat Baby from the Dark Multiverse with your stupid rainbow Batman, you're a dumb idea. And nobody's going to remember you. That's right there. That's what my favorite part in this whole event was.
Yeah, I agree. And I had an idea how to recreate this, but never got to it.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right, dude. Like I said, that was my favorite moment in this whole event was. Good ideas last, dumb ideas are forgotten. But I think that was why that was perfect for them to use the Bat Baby, because Ennis made it so dumb. I see that show that Tinian got the joke.
Yeah, funny in that sense.
So yeah. Then Rise of the Dead Gods, stupid. That was what the dumb was a pointless event. Okay, so we got Rock joining in. Everyone, is racing towards it all. Batman's being overwhelmed by Mobius.
Yeah.
Superman's being overwhelmed by Darkseid.
And okay, Justice Lord Superman, the
Red Sun and Kingdom Come.
That's the and Red Sun Superman, and that's the Vampire Ultraman probably. Why is Kingdom Come Superman portrayed as a bad guy?
Who knows? I think because he was. It's more of a case of the by any means necessary, which he was. He was probably treated the most heroically, but he was still treated by any means necessary.
Yeah, but he wouldn't.
But this could also be a Dark Multiverse version of them. But yeah, so basically, yeah, he's going to put him through there. And then we have, of course, Superboy Prime. And I love this. Diana doesn't have time to argue with him. And I love it how he shows that he made a better world.
Yeah.
And he didn't come to me. I went to him. When you broke the source wall and freed me, I saw the chaos coming. Okay, this ignores what Jeff Johns did. This is him acknowledging. This is more acknowledging the Teen Titans stuff.
Yeah, because the last Superboy Prime was seen before Flashpoint happened, was him being trapped in the source wall.
Which now to be fair, this could be a case of him being freed. He saw it coming, then he got captured, and the event of Shazam happened, and that could still be fit in between there. He is being vague enough.
Yeah.
To make sure there will be
he's calmer than in Shazam.
Yeah. To make sure there might be one world where heroes remained. I sought him out. I was the one who made the promise, and all I had to give him was you. So yeah, they're racing still. Oh, Robin King again, pointless, just more doing his own stuff. But yeah, then she cried and goes out to him saying, if you empower that monster, you're all monsters. As a boy, I felt so lucky just to live in a time when you all walked the earth. Those heroes who were the best of us. You fought bad guys and you won, and it was simple. I felt so lucky to be a boy living in the shadow of these idols. But you all change. Now my purpose is to guard the essence of what you were. Again, this doesn't contradict what Jeff Johns did.
Yeah, it's like he sees but not to mention it's kind of like he's grown. He has the same ambitions, but he's more mature about it.
He had a victory. He finally had a victory. He had a world that proved he was right. He was finally given a world to prove how he would have done things. Something he's been wanting, but everyone's saying, but of course he was being too destructive about it. In this vacuum, it was finally a chance to prove he was right. He could have made a better world.
Yes.
This is what he would have done if he had done all of his actions. Now, of course, that would have been a bad thing, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think this is meant basically Snyder showing that, again, these whiny fanboys could actually do good.
Yeah.
He's calling out what Jeff just saw, like, read.
Yeah. This is more going to be seen as ends justify the means. And this was the ends he was trying to get done.
Oh, geez. I gotta say, I like the Antimatter being more like a child, but taunting him.
Yeah.
But so obviously we know, it's so obvious here now, two of them aren't going to listen. But Prime is. And Prime doesn't send the energy to Batman Who Laughs. He sends it for them for Wally. Unfortunately, it's a trap. But they have first they have the fight here first. And I keep on saying, like, shatter the antenna, undo these worlds, use the Alfred box to redirect the crisis. Enough. And basically, this is where she acknowledges you were right.
One page, they were about to fight. Next page.
Yep.
Okay, all friends here.
I think he just need to get that out of his system. Like Superman, all he is a shot in the dark.
Oh. Maybe he punched the wall.
Yep. But yeah, they direct the energy there. Guys, I don't think it worked because he knew he rigged the chair ahead of time. Which, I'll be honest, since we're only at the midway point, this was a decent twist.
Yeah.
Because again, he's a Batman.
Yes, the unidealized, in a sense of the word version.
Unhinged. He's an unrestrained Batman. That's the whole point of the Batman Who Laughed.
Yeah.
Batman Unchained.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, this is where your analogy about it being a balancing accurate work with Bruce Wayne being not much.
I'm glad you remember that.
And Batman being
Yeah, this is basically Batman personified.
Yeah.
Like, no, cut Bruce Wayne out entirely.
Yeah, there's no Bruce Wayne there now anymore.
Now,
with the corporeal being that he was before his death to his transformation, there could have been like some corrupted aspects of Bruce Wayne's personality there. But this is pretty just the ideal, corrupted version of the idealized Batman.
Yep, but like I said, this whole last 52, there was no point to it.
Yeah, it was just ideas and concepts.
Yeah, but okay, so we get through this. I mean, it makes sense here because if I remember right, it was Tomasi's out having a blast with Robin King.
Yeah, but that was still stupid. That adult heroes who are supposed to be close to same age as Bruce, and this Bruce who is Robin King is.
Well, to be fair though, but this is also Dark Multiverse versions where I think it's so easy for him to take him out.
Yeah, it's the story that moves the characters.
Right. Oh, we get a little bit with Signal. And the chemo Batman, who I gotta say, I like this look better than how he was looking, just like what he looked like earlier.
Oh,
I prefer this look. This is an awesome look, isn't it?
Yeah. What did he look earlier? Don't you look? I'm gonna look at it.
Well, basically, he basically there's this Lazarus in him. That's what it is. Oh, that was just yeah. Now this whole rise.
Yeah, that's okay.
This one, Rise of the New God, was stupid. There was no point. Like they were trying to set up a new character that went nowhere. Oh, now we're seeing the fight that's going to happen in a later issue. Hey, Jack Knight.
Oh.
So, okay, now this is the only time we actually have Psycho Pirate involved. So basically, seeing all these again, I just never got this character. What was the point?
An idea to get somewhere, and not too much with it.
Yeah, now this was more important. The stuff here was the bleed. The stuff was Jessica, because it basically, if I remember right, this almost calls out like, wait, you should be a Yellow Lantern. No, that was Dark Crisis. But okay, hold on. I'm gonna go back over here so I can skip past those. Oh, I gotta say this. I like this one shot for the absurdity of it.
Humphreys, Cloonan, and
Frank Thierry. Yeah. Oh, come on. There we go. I liked it for the absurdity of this. This was just mocking the edgy 90s.
Yeah.
Especially with the Batman who frags.
Yeah.
That was a good idea. This Batman who decided to inject himself with Zarian DNA, and basically it took over and just made him Bat Lobo.
Yeah, considering how, if you compare it to the Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Blackest Night, then that and how everyone with the Lobo's DNA would end up with, then it would explain how that would happen to Batman.
Yeah, but this is where we find about how Lex sent him on this journey and everything, and that's what a lot of these stories are. Is them just going to different areas as he's getting the medals. Okay, these are funny. Lobos everywhere.
Yeah.
So we find out, of course, one of the big themes of Justice League stuff is that Perpetua's throne was destroyed, which released Lex.
And
yeah.
He fell into that very world to be beaten up by the other Lobos.
Yep. But now we get into, did you find out that whole thing actually wasn't important a bit tie-in? I will give that many of these tie-ins were but anyway, up calls for us Robin King as he's ready, calls for us Castle Bat, which is basically Bruce merged with Gotham.
Yeah, this was one idea I had, actually something of a, I didn't write it down, but I had this kind of idea that in the follow-up I never wrote. I wrote this that there would have been an actual, when the Batman Who Laughs would have been killed, and he would have had dead man switch, the kind of thing that he would have then done to essentially turn Gotham into this. And I was also using the Dr. Manhattan stuff for other purposes, and because no one was prepared for this to happen, the only thing to do would have been to just destroy this abomination. But when this was destroyed, that would have destroyed Gotham's existence entirely. That would have been something of a no more. The whole purpose for Batman existing in that story continuity I was doing with the fanfics, that would have left it there.
Yep. So then they meet up with Lex, and then we see with Perpetua ready to fight. Darkest Night is finally ready to fight her, to face her. I'm here to kill you and your whole race, because that's his plan. He wants to take her out, and so the Hand will come so he can annihilate the Hands. Soon, the one who laughed will kill Perpetua, and once she's dead, he'll finish using our fears to build his own nightmare multiverse. When he's done, He'll kill us all and surround this empty Earth, on the core of our reality, with his own versions. And right now, though, he still has only a handful of baby worlds. That's what the last 52 were. So yeah, how do we? If anyone thinks big, it's you. That's just it, though. For my proposition is, for once, that we don't think big. We think small. So he talked about his time in Smallville and everything, and then he shows off the metals, which is actually the Metal X. Mondo locked the shards of them. That's what he was gathering this whole time. It's from the Forge of Worlds, and they can guide you there. And then this is where we then find out about crisis energy and anti-crisis. How crisis is born of our fears, our anger, our desires to be big. It invites us to change history to make the present more important. But anti-crisis energy is connected. It unites people through memory and history. And this was a brilliant idea, if you ask me. This idea that the reason why all the crises became a mess is because each crisis made us forget, because that was part of crisis energy. And
yeah, we did the crises were essentially reboots and resets. That rewrote what came before.
Yeah, but I love this, how she said, she taunted me, told me that if I won using anti-crisis energy, everything would be brought to bear. All history would matter, time would unknot, many of us would be dead. You saw the truth and it made you scared. And that's why she hesitated. And I like that. Wonder Woman would hesitate with something like that.
Of course he would.
But even says, though, like, crisis energy was far more powerful by far. No, it wasn't. And I like that as well. Diana, I'm dead, Diana. I've been dead this whole time. I died after the first battle with Perpetual and the Batman invaded. It's how I've been using the Black Lantern ring. And me, there's no changing me back. I can feel it. But both of us, we're ready to fight with you one last time. Oh, and with Lobo, I like even with Lobo, he gives a bit of his regenerative abilities to make a small army.
Huh.
Let me guess. You want us bad guys to team up with you and save the Earth. No, actually, I want you to destroy it. And look at all those Lobos. Lex, thank you. All right, my main man, let's do this. Again, that's a good idea. Making an army of Lobos.
Yeah, because they are... How sentient would they be?
Very. Oh, all this stuff. Oh, this was great. Because remember, he also did New 52 Swamp Thing.
Oh.
So yeah, they all are going in there while they are still fighting. My children, go stop them. Stop them. So yeah, they're putting up a fight, and then every being, living, dead, undead, we fight together. Better. Okay, I gotta see these last few issues is when things start to really come together.
Kind of. That is the narrative of how it's been told.
Yep,
with so many issues and even more tie-ins.
Yep. The multiverse who laughs. Again, more just little stories. And I gotta say though, I didn't hate these tie-ins in the long run.
Well, what stories were they?
Well, more Robin King.
And this
with Lex, I believe. Oh, no, it's not. It's
Zaz.
Zaz.
I failed to see what the point of this story was.
Story. That was the Patton Oswalt story.
Okay, that explains some things, but not what this was supposed to be about.
Right. It's just some twisted versions. I did like this one.
Tämä oli.
The Super Pets. The Red Sun version. But then this ends on a dark note.
Rapid.
Yeah. Oh, but then we get some stuff with Ollie dealing with Hal.
We're back going full parallax, and
yep.
this was Steel.
Oh, ooh. Yeah, with Steel and all that. And yeah, just nice little stories.
Mm.
Oh, the last stories of the DC universe. We get stuff with the Titans giving their farewells.
This whole thing, I remember reading this issue online at some point, and I remember commenting down to the comment section that as the story in this moved on to the where it eventually goes, it was like you could literally put some early 2000s music in there and make it be like one of those early YouTube music videos into it.
Mm-hmm. We got this stuff here with Hal and Sinestro. And Sinestro becomes the Green Lantern for this fight. We get some stuff with Mariko Tamaki working with doing Wonder Woman with Riddler and Donna. We get the stuff with Ali and Black Canary. Oh my double god! I'm sorry.
Oh.
Just showing that no matter what, these two are still going to always be together. Oh, Black Arrow. That was sweet. It was a little. Oh! She's from the gender swapped Earth.
Ah.
I love it. You have your mama's eyes,
Yeah,
Canary's eyes. I'm sorry, it's a little different on my Earth.
Oh.
I like that twist. And of course, Gail wrote it.
Yeah.
Oh, this Aquaman was an interesting one. Stuff with Batman and his family I liked. Oh, people that didn't seem to care for this stuff with him and with Dick and Batgirl.
Yeah, this was.
Oh, but of course, look who wrote it. That's why. That was the problem. It just felt like editorial told her to write this. I'm positive. Editorial told her, write this and undo all the damage you did.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
Yeah. I remember some reviewers at BatmanNews.com also said that it's been teased and have been gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth that it doesn't have much impact with it much anymore.
True. Oh, this is Mark Waid making his grand return, and I gotta say, this was a great story. Yep, and now they're all ready to head on out there together.
And here is where you can start playing the early 2000s teen movie music or whatever.
Yep. But yeah, we have Roy joining in. I like that. Yeah, together. That was a good story because it was a good send-off in many ways. And we get issue 6, which is leading to them all going in for the big fight. So they have the Batman Who Laughs outfit, and they bring it back. I liked. It didn't do much, but I like that he actually brings back his body.
Yeah. It could be as a remote controlled version, but then it gains sentience later.
Yep, they're in the Forge of Worlds. Meanwhile, you're getting tired, Mike Waid. I can sense it. All the remaining crisis energy was directed to me. Maybe so, but your strength is limited as well. Perhaps we can reach some sort of deal. Sure, how about I kill you and take the last of your power? Sounds good. Now, I will say this. One thing I think what Snyder was going for is that the Batman Who Laughs is the representative, the sole embodiment of the Dark Multiverse.
Well,
by this point.
Yeah, by this point now.
Yeah, and I think that was a good idea. To bring a closure, if you look at the Darkest Knight as once he became the Darkest Knight, he was the pure embodiment of the Dark Multiverse. It's easier to swallow all this. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, that I can agree with.
Because it does make it easy to swallow if you look at him as nothing but that, the pure embodiment.
In that sense, it's not the Batman who laughs anymore.
He hasn't really acted. He hasn't really talked. He hasn't really talked like the Batman who laughs since, has he?
Yeah, no.
So yeah, they're fighting, and of course he says how, they will. I'm the only thing protecting them. They will come and end us all. Promise. So yeah, there's a big fight action. Everyone's fighting their way through. The journal. Like, wait, the journal. Oh, there's Darkseid. Like, where's little Mobius? Soon it will be time for sleep. No, there has to be a way to win. And okay, I do like how he defeated Perpetua. Puts her in the source wall and then smashes her. Takes her to the remains of the source wall.
Yeah.
That was a clever way. How else do you beat a god?
With the god.
By making him rock.
Yeah.
Booster and everyone just going in. Oh, and Superman shows up with all of the Batman Who Laughs shows up with all of them. Clark, I just want you to know that our friendship. I know, brother. I like that, calling Batman Bruce brother.
Yep. But that doesn't shut up those people who want to ship them.
This is the moment then. She combines her lasso, truce, and the Anti-Crisis energy with the Forge. And then everything, all their memories and histories come through to them through these wisps. And I like that. Again,
I'm surprised how it doesn't overlap with the other memories.
Right. And I will just say this. I do like how this is basically Snyder's doing where other Crisis took toys away and put them in the toy box. This story pretty much obliterates the toy box. It's an anti-Crisis, and I like that. Okay, This was my favorite one-shot.
Yeah, because this was the...
I mean, notice this. All these are the the old issues from up to it. And it shows one of the last comics he read was the issue of DC Comics Present before his.
Yeah, it's a kind of...
And then him and
because his issue would have happened concurrently with
it. But yeah, and of course, up, boom, make a wish, and then I'm flying. But then we see everything that happened there. And then here. And I like how not even the villains want him.
Oh.
Not even the villains wanted him. They didn't trust him. No one trusted him.
Yeah, but thanks to Wonder Woman doing the whole truth with the Crisis energy and everyone getting their memories back. They now remember everything.
Oh, but then this. Crypto trusts him. Even though he drop-kicked him, Crypto still holds no animosity. Because he knows he's trying to be good.
Yeah.
He attacked him before because he was attacking Connor, but now he knows you're not such a bad guy after all.
Yeah.
Aww. Oh. And of course, Connor.
Well, Connor probably remembers their first bad impressions.
And what he did to Crypto.
Yeah.
But then they show up. He then remembers all this and he decides, screw it. He's going to go after the Darkest Knight. And we see, I love this. We see what could have been.
Yeah, him and Blowry. He probably would have become a celebrity when he was literally named after the fictional character.
Yeah, and he fights him and he makes him an offer, but what does he do? He says no thanks and then sacrifices his life, and somehow he alone destroys the last 52.
With no one knowing about it.
No one knows, and as far as they saw, he just ran away.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care anymore. And I like it. When given Earth Prime originally, it was a punishment after what happened in Legion of Three Worlds. But now here, it's a reward. And that's why. Yeah. And that's why when this.
Oh.
Aw. Just like he did for Connor, he's doing it for Prime. But then his reward, but this time, no, they don't remember. They didn't read the comics about it. They didn't acknowledge that was him. Again, this is why I'm saying this is his reward.
Wait a minute, does it say when this is happening? Is this also in 1984?
No, it can't be.
So
he's on a new Earth Prime, but it's not a case where people know what he did. He's actually getting a true do-over, not a be careful what you wish for.
Huh.
And then it shows he has his power. He finally gets a chance to do it right.
Oh.
Although then there's this one line. Maybe you should go outside for a walk too. That I feel that Jeff Johns wrote that.
Probably.
But again, that was my favorite one because it gave him closure, what he needed.
Yeah, after all the
crap he'd been through.
Yeah, and forced to do and being strings and so on.
Yeah. But then we have all this, more added stories. The call out to what's Heroes in Crisis. That was great. Although, why is Wally wearing that outfit?
Wally is wearing.
Is
it that one after the Dr. Manhattan energy was taken out of him? He was
actually, you know what? They probably did. We just didn't pay attention.
Yeah, he was wearing the red costume then.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're all, we're seeing all the stuff with Diana. She's just sinking back on stuff, which, again, I love this. The only sound the multiverse is going to hear is the sound of me kicking your ass.
Yeah.
The first and last man, Max Visaggio. Again, this event did bring out some of the best writing in every one, even their worst writers.
Yeah.
Probably because editorial was on them like a hawk.
Yep. They should do it more. And now the Batman who remains have gained sentience.
Yep.
This would it be said that this was the one who went to do the appearance in the Fortnite series?
But yeah, this is where we gain sentience, and we did get a proper final showdown between these two. I love it. Hey. You're right. I need you as much as and you need me. Basically saying now this Darkest Night version of him is not help, it's worse.
Yeah. Could be.
All that will be left of you will be an echo of an echo until you crumble away like everything in the Dark Multiverse. Kyle Higgins with Scott Collins, and we have HD versions of the Metal Men. Just a nice little story going on here. It's up with Lois.
Yeah, this would be Lois if Jared got his hands in right there.
Yep. I would agree with that, and once you put it that way, it just makes me groan. Like, yep, that's true. We have Raven versus Raven. We got stuff with Penguin of all people.
Yeah, everyone fighting and
Penguin becoming a bird. We have all these
two Constantines.
Yep. We get more stuff with Swamp Thing. Oh, come on.
Stuck?
Yep. Oh, there we go. Yep, that was Justin Jordan. I haven't seen him in ages. Not since New 52.
Huh.
And here it comes, the grand finale. And I love that cover.
Yeah, the coloring also works pretty well, showing the older classic version.
Oh, see, there's Prime down. Geez, I hate when this happens. But yeah, just again, they just keep on at it, fighting, going through time and everything. Oh, I love this. You should have stayed dead, Barry. You're not Wally. You're just a bad idea.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. We got
Wally, who never got his who got the flash forward upgrade, but no redemption arc too.
By the way, you're just a bad idea. That's just calling out how dumb.
Doubling down on it.
Yeah.
And Batman Who Laughs fighting his own Robins.
Yep. And then there's Robin King. Hey, B-Rex is back.
Huh. Maybe Batman Who Laughs just
brought him back. He brought him back as an army.
Yeah. That's what he does.
The hand that made the multiverse. Oh, and we find it's made clear that was Perpetua's hand.
Oh.
This whole time, it was always Perpetua's hand. And they're coming because villains like you kept using crisis energy to empower yourself. Empower the present at the expense of the past or the future. But I've reconnected us to our history. And all that's left is to destroy you and let the universe move on in harmony. Come now. We both know I'm stronger than you. So killing me is an impossibility. But what would the universe look like if you were to win? Without a restart, half your friends will be dead. Then we die so future generations can live and be better than us. For the children. Funny, you were going to look to the future before for hope. Try it now, Diana, will you? But look at what will happen even if you do win. See if the hand spares this world. And she realizes, yeah. Oh boy. It's Davian, my Bat family. Father, if this is it, I want to tell you something. I need you to know, I definitely would have been the best Batman. Okay, that is so Damian.
Yeah, he will probably believe and not doubt himself anymore.
Yep, and Superman's taking out that one. Not history, not principles, not a purpose thing. All that matters is surviving, winning. So it has always been and it will always be. Now you have two choices. You keep fighting me pointlessly, and the hands will be stronger than us, both, and erase this universe. Or you surrender, I kill the hands, and I will grant you and your friends and everyone on Earth a restored world, a paradise island, safe, happy. Don't you see? You join me, and everyone win. No, I was extending a hand to you, Diana. Sorry, was that rude? Then here, let me return the favor.
Yeah, with a foot.
Yep. Yeah, they just keep on going at all this. As everything is just building and building and building until finally she just, this is where you die, monster. Better hurry then. They're here. And they're all realizing, even Alfred.
Yeah. They're dying in the fight and Batman just keeps resurrecting them.
Yep.
Shame that he couldn't give
Alfred back. No. But then, of course, they make a black hole event, and then the hands are there watching as Diana takes them out, and they realize then they were going to do it, but once Diana stopped them, even though, despite knowing this, it made them rethink. And this is then where, through her older self, explains everything to them about how the boundaries and everything, and now they realize maybe there shouldn't be boundaries, and this is where we get the Omniverse. Now, just to make this clear, this was just an empty Omniverse. All they did was restore the Earth that had already existed up to this point. People kept on assuming that the infinite multiverse came back here. It did not.
just a blank canvas.
A blank canvas with infinite possibilities.
With pencil sketches of placeholders that could be filled later.
Yep. So yeah, everything went back to normal finally. Everything was restored. Everything got a slight reset, but for the better. Diana is off. Now, sadly, this whole thing never went anywhere with the totality.
Yeah, because the main guy with the idea left.
Yep, and Williamson did some stuff with it, but not much. We know Diana went to the gods and the god planet of the gods. This would set up what would have been this was just going back to the stuff. I think this was him just winking at what he would have done with the 5G, but then he dropped it, obviously. But yeah, and that was it. And I gotta say, overall, rough start, but once you got to the end, it really picked up.
Yeah, that's true. Those
last few episodes, issues were once the Darkest Night started fighting Perpetua, it was just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So overall for this event, I still like it.
Yeah.
Overall, I still like it. Overall, and I like how it was, like Snyder would say, it was the anti-crisis. And it was. It restored rather than take away. It detonated.
And it didn't exactly, or in a blink and you miss kind of way, it also restored and it changed, because the crisis always does either retcons or reboots, but it didn't reboot, but it pretty much brought back also like how, and the fully brought back some of the that they had lost and needed to.
Exactly. Now, Infinite Frontier would eventually, especially the Infinite Frontier miniseries, would play off about this, like having people now remember everything for good and for ill.
Yeah, more or less, this would be like we have been trying to look at it, that what was before Flashpoint was more or less continualized with leftovers from the good ideas from the New 52.
Now, this is also where we went with now, like you said, with some of the New 52, like now, Metallo now retains his New 52 history, even though he's treated more like post-crisis Metallo. Things like that. Basically, it became a pick and choose your histories for going forward. For good and for ill. But I also think one other thing that's not made clear is that I think they also established that even with the world destroyed, it's going to naturally just regrow if it's a good idea.
Yeah, idea that catches on with.
Yeah, like again, the crime scene kit. I think this is basically, without them directly saying it, yes, like Ultraman is dead, but he'll be back because the multiverse will just restore him.
Yes, but the crime scene was given those new origin stories in the leading up to War on Earth 3. So that they were not like they were not the same versions. They were new versions with new origin stories, and so different people.
That's true. Still, but that could also mean that the one that was in that Tom Taylor used could have just been a variation of it, because for all we know, there could be other, especially since, remember, that happened after Dark Crisis. So that means there could have been other infinite versions of the Crime Syndicate.
Blocked from hypertime, not from the multiverse.
Yeah.
If it's a divergent timeline, then that would make sense.
Yeah. And thus, that could have been the Ultraman that tortured John, just restored. Again, we don't know, and unless someone goes out of their way, like Snyder and Williamson, to make it clear. I think it's just easy just to assume that's the case. Again, so overall, what would you say about this event? And how does it compare to other Crisis events? I'll be honest, I put it up there like it's beneath Crisis and Infinite Crisis, obviously. But I'd say it's right beneath them.
Yeah, that's true. It could be along with those. But with okay, I had let's see what I was about to think about it. Okay, something is establishment, but not exactly made perfectly clear when it came to what came after it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. What you could say that it was improvement over its own issues and other stuff that it ways. But again, some of again when they had to shove important bits that into tie-ins that also made it kind of hard to see it.
It did make
with
it
Metal
kind of hard.
also was the thing that happened with Metal was also that the third act, the last the fifth and sixth issues, they were too consented and would have been more.
They wasted too much of it for reworking the DC universe for the story to work. Again, at least here he didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
Here he already reworked everything in his Justice League stuff.
Yo.
Because if this way, if this ended up being like Metal, the first few issues would have been all about having to introduce Perpetua and expand it all and then take her off the board. At least here, Perpetua was already established as a main threat. The main threat.
Yeah.
And I was honest, the artwork cannot gush enough about it. Capullo, it's funny. Capullo has that same vibe of Perez and Jimenez, but still doing his own thing. Like, he's great at doing group shots. He's great at doing action. But it's not a traditional superhero artwork.
Yeah, because there's a whole character diversity with the most characters, with how many characters look the same and how he was trying to also differentiate them. With the Justice Society, it also kind of, he made Alan look very, very old.
Yeah.
Like how old he is probably supposed to be. And Ted also, as in a wild guy, it was kind of
basically how he would be if he didn't have his multiple lives. Basically, it's what he would have been like without his multiple lives.
Yeah.
But now the Batman Who Laughs, like I said, once you look at it like he becomes the embodiment of the Dark Multiverse, once he ascends to the Darkest Night, it's easier to swallow then. Like the Darkest Night and the Batman Who Laughs died. He did die. And then once he ascended, he wasn't the Batman Who Laughs anymore, because the Darkest Night did not act anything. He just acted even more like you took his edginess and cranked it up. But a lot of his talking did feel like, every time I was reading it, I felt like I was reading everything from the Dark Multiverse stories.
Oh. Kind of like that, and not with Batman anymore. But then his corporeal form was
much more
traditional. Kind of resurrected to show up again in the Fortnite like mini.
Yeah.
And then shot, and now that version just exists in Fortnite.
Yeah. Exactly. But
the character wasn't killed off; he was just exiled into Fortnite.
Exactly. And then we got the Batwoman Who Laughs now.
Yeah, and Harley Who Laughs, which just how is it any different from regular Harley?
Now let's be honest, I ignore the Harley stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I had this, like I said previously, I had this kind of idea how I would have eventually given Batman Who Laughs an ending that would have fit the character better.
Yeah.
I had two different ideas. Different ideas. One of those ideas would have been that it would have been a second kind of a round two with Batman and Joker fighting him again, and all of them pretty much dying, so that Batman would have helped the Joker kill him, and they would die in the end. I'm not sure how, but the choreography in it, idea how it would work is still kind of big. But then there was this other idea which would have, with fan fiction logic, also included going with that Scott Snyder's Shadow reinvention of having all of Bruce's teachers having been agents of the Shadow. So that with Shadow would have been looking at seeing Bruce's training into Batman, he would have probably seen or foreseen that the Batman Who Laughs exists somewhere in Batman, and with him being brought into the reality, he would have a character whom when Batman it would have been like bringing the characters from the Pokemon world and along with Batman to also exist there, and they would have acted behind Batman's back so that the Batman Who Laughs wouldn't act on information that Batman would know about. And they would have someone brought in the Shadow as someone who was like above Batman's teachers. And used like the Shadow has the ring that he has, and used to have that what lives in the hearts of men and their will being in his hands. He would have done kind of like this, that defeated Batman Who Laughs by likely appearing out, laughing him, and basically shooting him before showing up to basically to cripple him, shoot in the joints to make him unable to stand or fight back, and then use his ring to essentially revert the Batman Who Laughs back into the person he used to be, but the memories of what he had done. And going with Batman's original trauma and the knowledge and memories of what he had done, that would have then caused a conflict in him that essentially then would have caused a brain death.
Exactly.
Like that would have been a death that would have been quite fitting. That the threat that he had been would be reduced into a vegetable.
Exactly. But again, overall, I mean, I would give this a 8 out of 10 despite its flaws. Despite the flaws, it was fun.
Yeah.
Maybe overall, it was fun.
Yeah, maybe it has with a new understanding with going reading it through with someone else and getting the new understanding of it. It could be better than how it was initially.
Exactly. I mean, initially it was a slaw, but once you go back to it all, you realize this is just them having fun. I mean, they were doing that in Metal, but Metal was just a mess. This was it refined.
Yeah, Metal was something that could be rewritten as pretty much as I rewrote it. But with Death Metal, it was learning from the mistakes and having the somewhat proper freedom with it. But there was also the introducing characters and then throwing them away.
But again, if you look at what Snyder wrote things in Dark Knight's Metal, it's following the trend. Again, if you remove the tie-ins, the other Batman were treated no differently. Am I wrong?
Not kind of, but no.
Yeah. So that was Dark Knight's Death Metal. Thank you for joining me, Pika. Thank you, everyone else. I think this is the longest we've gone over one of these Crisis videos.
Yeah, how did we break? We didn't break 2 hours yet, but
we're almost there. I mean, I think with I was gonna look. I made a playlist of our stuff.
Oh.
Yep. Come on, load. There we go. And come on.
I'm gonna check out too.
Yep, I'm checking. The playlist. So the first Crisis. We're okay. The first Crisis video, if we stop now, it's beating us out by a few minutes.
Yeah.
Why'd I put we 3 in there? I gotta remove that. So So this will be the second longest since we're wrapping it up, but still well worthy of an event, if you ask me. This was a true Crisis event, but we still got one more to cover eventually. Not next. Next, we're going to be doing Green Lantern Emerald Dawn, but before and after that, we will eventually come back for Dark Crisis on Infinite Earth. And will that have a similar looking back, it wasn't that bad type of vibe? Who can say? But until then, I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.
And may your heart be guiding key.